Okay, it is 5:01 PM on Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. We'll call the Board of Works and Safety meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Weagold, absent. Daniel?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
That's not where my agenda.
In front of you,
I missed
it's right over there. In front of you are the minutes from our last meeting on March 26th. Did you have any changes or corrections?
I did not.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show with the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present. Next up is the bid award for the fire roof. It says, Tom, want to refresh our memories?
Yes, we had a bid come in, I believe it was, I don't remember the dollar amounts off the top of my head. Rosie has the figures.
Yep.
And all the paperwork has been submitted to Rosie and Marcia that shows that they are a legit bidder.
So 6,200.
Is that what it was, 62?
62.
48 to 62.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, 62 is what we have on our very first page, the proposal.
Yeah.
Right.
So, just for your information, Lisa, I did talk to council at the last meeting, and council was okay with moving from the facade stuff to roof instead.
Okay.
And Tom, did you tell me that the roof in the living quarters is leaking?
It's active. During all that rain that we got, it was actively
Yeah.
leaking.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions about that?
No.
I'll make a motion, we approve proposal number 52-IN-24019.4 for roof repairs in the fire station.
I will second that.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present. Next up is the 100 South Sewer Extension Amendment to the agreement. Chip, I'm assuming this is you.
This is to cover, we got in a, I won't say this out loud too much, but we got in a hurry and got everybody's verbal agreement
Yep.
to put the sewer line in. And now we just need recorded drawings of each easement, so that covers this.
Gotcha.
Back end paperwork that we should have done
Yeah.
at first. but
Remind me the process that we decided is go here first, then to RDC, to county.
RDC approved it
They
this
already
morning.
approved it before us. Okay.
Yes, and
That's
so
what I
we are
thought.
the final approval.
Okay. As a reminder to the public that may or may not be watching this, this 100 South Sewer project is in conjunction with the County Redevelopment Commission. They're paying for everything up front, and then we're basically splitting the cost in half, so we'll reimburse them for our half, if you will, into the future as new customers come online, so. Any questions regarding that? Okay, and I don't have any questions either, so I'll make a motion, we approve amendment number 4 with Wessler Engineering for the 100 South Sewer Extension.
And I will second that.
Motion seconded, further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present. Okay, next up is a street cut permit. This looks to be for 719 Jeffrey Court. And it looks like it's just replacing just the curb and the approach, like on this side of the sidewalk. Is that right, Kelly?
Yeah, I met up there yesterday with the contractor. He wanted to pour it Monday. That's
Oh.
the reason why,
Like this coming Monday?
no.
Like-
Yes,
like yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
So I told him, go ahead and fill out a permit. I didn't see any issues with it. It's already poured, actually.
Okay.
And done, so it's just
Okay.
a formality at this point.
Okay. I guess we could say no and you have to tear it back out and put it in the
Yeah,
old, right?
yeah. It looks pretty nice. I hate to tell him that.
Yeah, we wouldn't do that, so, okay. Any questions regarding that?
No.
I'll make a motion, we approve the street cut, sidewalk cut permit, as presented for 719 Jeffrey Court retroactively.
And I will second.
Motion seconded, further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous at this present. Bills.
All right. I make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $570,282.37 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated April 9th, 2024 for checks.
I'll second, motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present.
I make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $753,040.17 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated April 9th, 2024 for EFT payments.
I'll second. Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present.
I make a motion to pay all accounts payable except overtime in the amount of $277,596.10, plus overtime in the amount of $12,290.20, for a total of $289,886.30 for the pay file ending March 22nd, 2024.
I'll second. Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It's unanimous of those present.
I make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $1,336 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated March 28th, 2024 for HSA contributions.
I'll second. Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present.
And lastly, I make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $12,000 dated April 2nd, 2024 for second quarter clothing allowance.
And I'll second. Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present. Thank you, Lisa. Department reports, Chip.
We've got the equipment to start on Eagle Park, and the weather is probably not going to cooperate with us when our scheduling. So we might be playing in the mud, but that is hopefully going to go move forward. We have a groundbreaking April 16th, if anybody would like to be there for that. We are getting, I believe, even federal people will be there, so that'll be interesting. 100 South Sewer, since you just proved that, we had a pump startup today. That is, I don't know the percent to say off the top of my head, but is complete. We're just waiting on a generator, which could come in August. So everything is going smooth there. Westgate will be starting up hopefully this week, depending on weather. And we redrafted, moved some of the trail out on 9 because of issue with one of the property owners, and that is all finished. So we are getting ready to go out. We're waiting on NDOT's approval for that. So things are moving forward.
So once NDOT happens, then we can finally move forward.
Move and bid it,
Getting
yes.
out that for bid. Okay. Questions?
What time on April 16th is the groundbreaking?
1 o'clock.
Thank you. Terry?
Equipment is in for any kids' Dreamland, so hopefully in the next week or so, we should have public Wi-Fi installed out there. We are still waiting on a couple of quotes for Oakey Valley and Pocket Park here for the public Wi-Fi into those also. And continue to replace Windows 10 computers with Windows 11. Did Corey Sears in his last few days and spent the day today trying to get their Granite software back up so they can get their televising information back into the system.
Question to Terry? Thank you. Kelly?
Like Chip said, the weather, we were gonna try to get started shortly on the sidewalk up here on Chauncey, but kind of gonna have to play that one out weather-wise. Got through limb pickup last week. We had 2 days in that. Bringing the concrete trailer in on those rain days and just getting things around. Had to get some stakes for form stakes to go in for concrete, and then just doing the regular maintenance stuff. We have actually a demo next week. I think it's next Wednesday possibly, for nozzles for sewer cleaning.
Oh,
nozzles. USB USA is coming in to do some demos. I gave Mike a heads up, showed it, so he could have 1 or 2 of their guys
Yeah.
over there to see those, because it'd probably be beneficial then to pick up some nozzles for cleaning storm lines
Yeah.
and such. So
Is it like high pressure nozzles to cut through stuff and
root cutters.
that's different? What, how is that different than what we currently have, Kelly?
There's smaller heads that are, it just depends on the application. There's some sewer lines that are offset, they have offset joints, and trying to get the root cutter we have in there now with the wheels in there, get
Yep.
it hung up in that. So
Yep.
they make different nozzles with skid plates on them that might snake through those a little easier, and, yeah.
Okay. Question? Thank you. Matt?
Obviously, with the weather, mowing's been set back, and we started yesterday getting all those. It's quite tall now. Concession stand is set, and we'll be ready for the first tournament that goes over April 19th. And pool equipment's all been ordered, and chemicals. The repair of the police training facility started yesterday. They staged it. Today, they took off half of the roof that was damaged by the windstorm back last March. And we don't have much everything going on just because any project because of spring break.
Okay. Question, Matt? Thank you. Tom?
We took 102 down to the mechanic today. It was having some air leaks. It was causing the onboard compressor to run a lot. He found several leaks that he's addressing. Got parts on order, and that'll be taken care of. The onboard compressors on those things are relatively expensive, so keeping those under control is a big deal. We had a chainsaw at, is it B&J? They still have the performance stuff up. I think it's B&J Rental up north.
Performance.
Yeah,
Performance,
Rental.
is that what they're going by now?
Performance rental.
That was repaired. Reminder that I have a candidate that I'll be taking down to Indianapolis this week. And, hold on. Oh, and the burns. Tomorrow is scheduled to have a lot of burns at the burn facility. It's gonna be pretty much an all day of training for the guys, so, if any of you are interested in taking a peek, feel free to swing down.
Questions? Thank you. Gary?
We have our written physical agility testing for 21 applicants this Saturday, the 13th. So looking forward to that. Hopefully we get everybody in there and they do well with that. And we get a good turnout for the interview process. And there is still time to get your app in till Saturday during testing. So anybody that wants to turn that in, turn it in, Mike. We have an intern, Emily Davies. She's interning with us for the next couple weeks. She's kind of doing a different style of internship. She's with us for a few weeks, with probation for a couple weeks, with county for a couple weeks, so something different that they're trying. Working on getting car quotes, so we can get a couple cars this year. And for dispatch, Shane and the shift lead, they're completing their leadership training this week. And that's really what we got going on right now.
Questions, Gary? Thank you. Mike?
I'm sure Chip touched on it. The 100 Southwest Station startup was today. I was short 3 guys today, so I managed to get a couple out there. They said everything went well. I got the report, reviewed it this afternoon. Everything looked good on it. There was no issues.
Good.
It was designed for 246 gallons a minute, and by testing, the calculations came out to 240. So you really don't get too much closer than that, and that was on both pumps, so I was pleased with that. I got an email on a restroom remodel. It was supposed to start later this week. They lost their lead guy that they was gonna have on our job, so he's having to reschedule, so that's put off for a little bit longer. Our mowing has started yesterday, finished it up today. Then I had to order a pump for Short Street. They had taken one, pulled it from there, taken it in. They had a few of the spare parts in the shop. They did not have a cable, couldn't order it. We found one in our spare parts, took it over, and these pumps from there are probably at least 20 years or a little bit older. They're still working fine, but I went ahead and ordered just a backup just in case, because it's going to be a point where we're not going to be able to repair one. So just another one to adding to our stock is having a spare to at each station. In years past, you know, you take one out and then you're just relying on one pump to run the station. So I've been trying every once in a while to actually add to our stock so we can have a backup for each one.
Yep. Thank you.
Apologize for being late.
No, that's okay. I forgot, we do have a pay application in front of us here for the Eagle Park project. This is the first, I'm assuming, of many. This is for, basically to get started with the bond piece, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Sorry about that. I should remind you.
that's okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve, the Eagle Park Phase One Contract A project, application for payment in the amount of $6,175.
I will second that.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Marcia,
Nothing.
Rosie,
I had a request
Oh, yeah,
from
that's
the Prim Fest event that's going on the June 1st, that if they could close Van Buren Street at noon instead of at 1, even though the farmer's market is still going on until 1. So I said I would bring it back up and get your opinion.
yeah. I think in discussion between me and Gary, it probably made sense to split the difference, that because at noon, you're still gonna have people that are there parked for the farmer's market, but I think by 12:30, most of them have cleared out. So I guess my suggestion would be that we just go ahead and shoot the difference and say 12:30.
Was there a reason for them asking for an extra hour?
Because I think that they have a lot more vendors than what they were anticipating and having, and so there's some setup that needs to be done. Is that right? Yeah, Kelly?
This is kind of along the lines of that, but I can't remember who bought Fall Furniture.
Okay, Reinhold's?
Reinhold's.
Yeah.
I got a call from a guy over there that wanted to close down those parking spaces, and I think they're gonna contact
Yeah, I've got
somebody.
that here too.
Oh, you have that one too? Okay,
Yeah,
okay, so
but-
we'll come back to that in
Okay.
2 seconds, Kelly. So, I think that was the reason, was the additional vendors, I think, was a part of it, so. So I think giving them maybe another maybe another half an hour on that, I think probably makes the most sense, so. So I'll make a motion that we extend that time frame by a half an hour so that they can set up at 12:30 rather than 1 o'clock as previously approved.
Yep, I will second that.
Motion second, further discussion. All those in favor should be the usual sign. It's unanimous of those present. What else you got, Rosie?
Okay, the other one is what Kelly was talking about. Oh, that's not it. Okay, give it to- I think it's downstairs, but they wanted to close down some parking spots there in front of All Furniture.
Okay,
It's probably gonna
for what
be-
purpose?
They're gonna unload furniture.
Oh,
in-
okay.
Into the front of the building.
That was your idea.
That's true. Yep.
But they're talking like having a 53-foot semi.
Semi-trailer
So
coming in,
that
yeah.
would probably take basically from Chauncey clear down to.
To the alley?
I mean, it's gonna be, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a-
Well, and again, I think that their goal is obviously to get all their inventory in there, so I think it makes
Yeah.
sense. I think when we had originally talked with Reinhold's about that, it was, they were trying to figure out how to work through the alley and those kind of things, and I said that, you're gonna be really tight, really tight on space there.
He
So-
acted like they would have something in the alley too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then 2 trucks.
Like during the unloading period?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And then something out, like 2 trucks out front, or
Hmm.
maybe not at the same time, but they're gonna have to unload 2 semis out front.
Gotcha.
When were they needing it?
Huh?
When?
Well, that's the thing,
Let me see.
when you brought up Prism Fest,
Yeah.
it might, be, I thought he said June.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I guess I have to
actually, I
be
don't
aware
think
of
I've
that.
got it yet.
You haven't gotten it yet?
No, because
Okay.
Sally sent them all the paperwork.
Well, if it's June, again, we got at least 3 meetings before then,
Right.
between now and then,
Yeah.
but.
I just
I
wanted
mean,
you to be aware of it.
To that point, I mean, again, I'm guessing that will be a 1-day deal,
Mhm.
right? So I'm not super concerned about that. I think when we had talked, I could be wrong, because it's been a while since we talked about it, but, I think when we talked, it was something where I said, I'd suggest maybe a Sunday or something where it didn't impact a whole lot of people in that time frame. But at the end of the day, again, because they're moving in and they're trying to get acclimated and all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it, but I'll wait till the request comes in. But thanks for giving us the forewarning on that, Kelly. I think it makes a lot of sense. What else? Anything else, Rosie?
No, I think I'm done.
So I had a report from Sean, and for the life of me, I cannot find it in here. So, anyways, I know they've been working out. They've been kind of getting some of the things done out in the country. I know they had a couple of linemen that are going through that second level of lineman training.
I think they passed their
Yeah.
last year before, they will become linemen next
Okay.
year.
You mean last year before they become journeymen?
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Gotcha. So I know that there was some of that that was on there, and again, I'm gonna have to look and try to find that report because it was in the folder and now it's not. So anyways, long story short is, besides that, couple things for your information. So we, tomorrow morning, we have a US 30 with the County Planning Committee that we're doing here. And it's the same people that have been on this, well, same positions, let's say, that have been on this position, or been on this committee for, I'll say 10 years now. But in any case, so that's happening. Solid Waste Board, we met on Monday and just did a couple of different clerical things, but I know that we are working on actually doing a request for proposals for trash, for a recycling contractor, because it was proposed to us to extend the contract, but it was like 3 times the amount we're paying now. So we thought it's probably not a great contract to sign off. Granted, we're probably low now, but I don't know that I think we would be jumping to a very high rate. So we're gonna go through an RFP process for that. On Friday, I'm attending Mayor Henry's funeral, and then after that, we'll have lunch with the mayor. Matt is going to be my special guest that day, so we are bumping that lunch with the mayor back to did I say 2 o'clock or 1:30?
You said 1:30,
I said 1:30.
I think that's what you said on there.
unless
Is
you
that what I
want.
said on the, okay. So I think I'm doing it 1:30. I'll have to double check what I had said, but yes. Let's see, anything else that's coming up? Ribbon cutting thing, as mentioned. Yeah, we have youth council next week. Besides that, yeah. Oh, junk pickup. Junk pickup is happening the west side of the city this coming week, and east side will be the following week. So you will be next week, and I will be the following week.
Yep.
Besides that, I don't think I have anything else. Anything else you have?
I don't.
We have no audience, we have no press, so we will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you.
No.